My dad said it a long time ago. I remember I was about to graduate from college and was trying to decide what to do. Smith Barney, Morgan Stanley, where am I going, what am I gonna do with this finance degree? He said, just remember, I built this for a reason, and I want you guys to be a part of it.
If you were going to the Jacoby's house, it wasn't like fun to come to their house because you had to work. You were like in the sheep pens, feeding animals, cleaning out water troughs. It started with their grandfather and it worked its way down into the boys.
My mom was raised close by here, not far in Rochelle. My dad was raised here in Melvin. Started this business in 1981. Started it as a place for local farmers to take their grain.
And back in the early 80s, that's when the horse racing was big in Brady. And so we went in there and put in a seed cleaner to clean oats for mainly horse feed because there wasn't a cleaner around and clean seed for customers. How we got into the feed mixing business is the scrap grain that came off of that, we would make feed for our own cattle and started pushing that to our customers.
And from there, he started a feed store, and it's just kind of blossomed into where we are today with a feed store, with a grain elevator, as a grain purchaser, as a place that raises their own beef, a cafe, on and on and on.
It's so funny how all different they are.
Yeah.
Holden there, I mean, he loves to talk to people. Dylan, I mean, he'd rather be outside than doing anything. And then you got Reese, who's in the sales and logistics there and grabbed onto it, and that's what's great about that. They get a challenge and they get after it. They all have kind of different roles.
I'll never forget when Adam graduated from college. He had a finance degree. And he called Jason and he said, Dad, I just don't think I can sit behind the desk for the rest of my life. He said, I really want to open a restaurant.
Austin is the big city compared to Melvin. A lot of people said I was crazy. A lot of people said I would fail. You would go broke, ruin your relationships, all of these horrible things about the restaurant business. And I'm proud that we have proved them wrong. My family they've always been supportive. I studied finance at UT Austin and fell in love with the city and decided that it would be really cool to bring what we do in Melvin to Austin. We're going on 6 years here. It's based on our little cafe in Melvin.
He owns and operates Jacoby's Restaurant and Mercantile in Austin, and also Griselda's. He brings our beef to another part of the world.
My goal is to continue to open restaurants and strengthen our hospitality brand, but the core of that is the beef and the ranch and the farm. At Griselda's, which is the complete opposite of Jacoby's, it's feminine and beachy, and it has a sense of escapism. The heart of it is still the ribeye fajitas. I mean, that's what people write about and want to come eat. But from literally my dad and my brother's land and feed, these cattle are being taken care of from birth to plate. That is something pretty special.
From the cattle pens to the sheep pens to redoing old pens, we've built this place from the ground up. I've definitely taken pride in my name, I'll say that, and it means something to be a Jacoby.
Just want this place to be here when my kids are here,
Gaining people's respect and trust is what they taught us all. And I think if you gain those two things, you'll be in business for a little while.